So good morning, Mad About Yarn fans. Got my new mug today. Um, how are you all doing? Hope you're all okay. Hope the weather's picked up a little bit for you, like it has here in sunny Lincolnshire. It's not very sunny, but we have got blue sky. It's a bit cloudy, drizzly this morning when I went for a walk, but it's all right now. If I look a bit strange, it's because I had a bit of an altercation with one of our parrots this morning, and he bit my lip just there. So he's not in my good books at the moment. Anyway, I said I would review a crochet magazine. I reviewed Let's Knit magazine a couple of days ago for you, and I said I'd do a crochet one because one of the things that annoys me is when you get these crochet magazines and knitting magazines and they're in packets like this, you can't tell what's in them, and then when I spent all that money on a magazine, it's full of adverts, I get really annoyed. So I'm not being paid for any of this. I just thought it was a fun thing to do for a video, and actually I quite enjoy it. I do buy the odd magazine. So the crochet magazine I've picked is Inside Crochet. It's issue number 185. It was £9.99 and it's on sale in the shops until the middle of February, so it's still in date. So the competitions and that in here are still in date if you're interested in those types of things. But I do like things when they're in a packet like this, because when you open it, it's like, oh, it's a bit like Christmas, isn't it, all over again when you get your presents. So quite like this one because I like the jumper on the front. And that's usually what attracts me to a magazine. I think, oh, I'll do that project. So it's worth buying just for the one project. And if I get anything extra out of it, that's a bonus. What I like about this one is it's got the projects on the front that are in there, and it's also got a flavour of the projects on the back. The other thing I liked is it comes with a free gift, which is this pin. So what happened when I opened it up inside? So I got these lovely things here. So you get your magazine, you got a supplement from the West Yorkshire Spinners, the actual magazine itself. You don't get these bits, they're my notes, and a crochet hook. So that was quite nice. And I have to say, it does feel premium, that all the bits in here, the quality of the paper is really lovely. It smells nice too, even the magazine itself. Smells lovely, that. Anyway, free prezzy. It says you get a 4mm crochet hook, and you do. You get this one here in pink, and it's got one of them easy grip sort of shaped handles there. The actual hook looks like it's metal. 4mm we can all do with an extra 4mm needle because it's probably the one we use most. And then West Yorkshire Spinners are featured in this. They were featured in the Let's Knit magazine for January as well. So they're obviously flavour of the month. But in this pack, you get an extra supplement, which I really like. It's really, it feels real quality. And the projects on it are a shawl, a cowl, a scarf with a pattern in it that's made from different stitches. Don't know if you can see that. I'll put a bigger picture on of you. And then a hat and scarf set in different yarn weights, I think, and they're all colourful. So that's a quite nice addition. So you get 4 extra patterns there. Then I went to have a look, had a look through the actual book itself, which is this one. So you can see that. The quality of the cover's really lovely. It's all shiny and very nice. And what did we find inside? So we opened it up. Oh, I did like this. I do like it when they do this. There's 17 different projects in this magazine. I did say it was £9.99, didn't I? So 17 projects plus your supplement there. And on the inside page, it shows you all the projects that are there. So that's quite good. So I like that. And then they've got a what's new section called, it's called In the Loop, where they've got book reviews. It says events, but I couldn't really see where the events were. And then a bundle of wool to win as well. So a competition in there to win WYS Morris yarns. So that's a competition that you can win a bundle. What else have they got? So that was quite good. Quite a few pages, not just the one. They do a feature on different yarns, which I thought was quite nice just there. So some of them, they're different colourways. Hobby Universe, James Brett, King Cole. So that's quite good. A little article on a lady called Tony Lipsey and her yarn crafts. That's quite an interesting read. What else have they got in here? So there's quite a few pages of what's new. They've also got a page that tells you what's in the archive. So back magazines that you can order if you want to. I think you can order them online. Some of them you can get them in print, but only till that run has finished. So once they've sold out, then they're only available digitally. There's a section on books, so new books, and they've sort of reviewed the books there. One that caught my eye is Reversible Crochet Sweaters. Quite like that. So that's a book that's coming out, but it uses US terminology, but they talk a little bit about that. And then the next thing in here is I don't know if you've heard of this, but tapestry crochet. I've not heard of it before, but there's a masterclass in here. A lady called Claire Montgomery returns to her love of colourwork in her final masterclass column, exploring the potential of tapestry crochet. And I thought that was really interesting, because that's a new technique. Don't you see that you might want to try? I'll take a photo and pop that in there. What did she say about this? She said, colour work, it resembles knitted fair isle, is what she says. It's called tapestry crochet. You don't get any loops across the back of the work when you're doing knitting. And it's step by step with pictures. That covers a few pages. And then there's a gloves project for you to actually try it. Really nice, that, because I've not heard of that. Whether or not I'll give it a go, not quite sure, because I don't do a lot of crocheting. I do some, but not a lot. But that sort of new techniques I do like to try, so I might have a go, and if I do, I'll show you how that turns out. Then the next few pages are like fashion shoots. It's a bit like Vogue magazine or Cosmopolitan, one of them, where you've got pictures like this, actually showing the projects that are going to follow. So that's quite nice with a cup of coffee. It shows you the ladies wearing the actual items. There's a bag and a shawl and a scarf, and they've matched them together. There's a few adverts. And then they've got a new column. If you've had this magazine before but have skipped a few, there's a new column called Motive of the Month. And I thought that was interesting as well. And they talk about how it works. So in this column, each series of this column will run for 4 issues, focusing on one shape and style of motive in the same colour palette of the same hobby yarn, to make it economical to buy the yarns, mix and match. So they've got the motive in there, and then they've got a little project to put it all together, so you can put each motive for the last couple of months together, I suspect, if it's the same colour palette. That's quite an interesting little project if you like that type of thing, and I think they've made a headband with that. A few more adverts, not too many. There's a nice little crocheted bath mat, quite like that. So there's quite a few pages just showing you all the projects. And then the next section is the instructions. So this is the Crochet Make It section, and on there each of the projects, it tells you what page the project is on, and then all your instructions are in there. So that's quite nice. Quite like this one. I thought I might try this. Quite like that jumper. Like I say, it looks like it's trebles. I've not had a proper look at the pattern, but I thought I might try that. So if I do, I'll share it with you as I'm doing it, so you can see how I get on. I have to say, the charts are really good in here. They're like a whole page, and it's all the different sizes. Really easy to read, really big as well, so you can tick them off as you're going along, or if you're like me and wear glasses, you've got a little, you need things a little bit bigger, and they're alongside the actual instructions, so you not have to flick backwards and forwards. So I like that as well, as an idea. in terms of sizing, some of these go up to sort of 52, what's happened to my camera? 52, 54 inch bust. So that's good. There's quite a few of those in here when I looked that go up to bigger sizes. It's not always clear what size the jumper is, but there is a sort of chart here, a bit further down, that tells you. It's on page 56 and it's got the sizing in there. Quite a lot of pages for that, obviously, with all the instructions and the charts. Really impressed with how that's laid out. I think that's really good. Good mix of projects and for different levels. So some are a bit more complicated, and then there's some easy bits and bobs for people like me who don't crochet very much or want to have a try. And the techniques are explained as well. So I think that's really useful if you are wanting to step up your crochet. Really lovely. The quality of this, the quality of the paper and that is lovely. You do feel like you're reading something a bit special. Then what else have they got here? Winter is calling. So there's a few more instructions there for table mats, the bath mat, a cosmetics pouch, little kiddies jumper. Then they've got a few pages on stockists. So stockists around the country. That's called Yarn Market. And the teddy's really cute. What else? And then at the back, like most of these magazines, there's a how to crochet section, which talks about slip knot, how to make a chain, double crochet, half treble, treble, the basics, shaping, colour work and tension. All of that's covered in here. Nice section at the back as well with all the abbreviations, a charts key, all of that. And then on the very last page, there's one of them Q&A sessions with a designer. So this is a crochet designer called Faye Dashber Hughes. So that's quite an interesting little read. And then you get to the back page. So yeah, not loads of adverts in there. It is lots of content and a nice mix of discussions with designers, one or two of those. Lots of crochet patterns, not many in there that I would probably do, but I still think it's a good mix. For $9.99, the quality is really good of the magazine. The free gift's great. It looks good quality. I've not opened it yet. The supplement, all of that makes it feel like you've had something a bit special. So, and I think in this day and age, magazines are a treat. So if you're going to spend $9.99 on a magazine, you do want it to feel like a treat, don't you? Something you're going to open on a Sunday afternoon with your cuppa. So yeah, by and large, I think that's a really, it's worth it. I think it's worth the $9.99 for the number of projects, the way that it's laid out, the quality and all of that. So as a treat, I think it's worth it. I wouldn't buy one every month, and you can make it a lot cheaper if you subscribe to these magazines. All the magazines have subscriptions. Let's Knit does, this one does, and obviously you save. But I find I can't crochet them all or knit them all every month. So then I just end up with a stack of magazines that I've never looked at. So I tend not to do that, and I just buy the ones that I want. But I hope you found that useful and enjoyed my little chattering away about what's in it. And if you do want me to do more of these, as I say, just like the video, and I'll do one every month, but I'll do different magazines. If there's one you particularly like the look of, but not sure whether or not it's worth it, let me know and I'll put that on my list of ones to have a look for. Have a lovely rest of the day, or whenever it is that you're watching this video. Keep safe, keep well, make sure you drink plenty of tea and coffee to keep yourself warm, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.